Hello everyone, welcome to lesson 4-6, construct functions. Essentially, we're going to look at how we can build our own functions, and we're going to continue to address the question, how can we model relationships between quantities? We will look at real world examples such as this one and try to write up functions or functions as an equation. So by using tables and the information given to us. Let's talk about parties. Dylan is planning to have his birthday party at a skating rink. The rink charges a party fee plus an additional charge for each guest. It looks like there's a flat rate, okay, of a party fee. We already know that it's not going to start at 0. It's going to start at that rate. So there's a y-intercept already. You can see that. And then our x is going to be the number of guests, the number of people, right? Choose 2 points from the table and find the rate of change. So here we have, for one guest, which is our x, it's going to cost $53. For 2 guests, it'll be $56. For 3 guests, it'll be $59. I can already see that it's going up by 3. So it looks like each guest is going to add on $3. But this is the flat rate, right? The party fee plus one person. So I can already break this number up into 50 and 3. 3 because I know that it's incrementing by 3 each time. So 3 is the price of this one guest. And 50 is what I have left over. So 50 must be the party fee. The 2 points I've chosen are 3 and 59 and 2 and 56. You see right here, 359, 256. And now we're going to see how it's changing, right? So all I have to do is subtract my y2 minus my y1, and I get a difference of 3. And 3 minus 2 is 1. So what it looks like is that the rate of change is 3, right? So we have a rate of change of 3. It's increasing by 3 each time it increases by 1 over here, but there's definitely a y-intercept of 50 already. Write a function to represent this situation. So my final cost, which will be my y, right? Y equals mx plus b, don't forget. I could do y equals, it's going to be $3 per person, yeah, plus the $50, okay, and that will give me. So if I pay $50 for the place, and I do 3 times 1, and I add that 3 plus 50, I get 53. So yeah, when it's one person here, it's going to be 53 in total. Makes sense. If it's 2 people here, 3 times 2 will be 6. And 6 plus 50 is 56, as you can see there. So it makes sense. Question 3. Graph the order pairs. Then extend the line of the graph until it crosses the y-axis. Okay. Use the function to find the amount of skating rink use the function to find the amount the skating rink charges for the party fee. Okay, so if we're going to graph the equation y equals 3x plus 50, I know that my y-intercept is 50. So my first point will be right there at the 50 mark, right? Right there. And then for every person, it only goes up by 3. So for another, that's where I start with 50. And then for one person, it's only going to go up by 3. So about between 50 and 60, about 1/3 of the way up. Right about there, right? And then for 2 people, about 2/3 of the way up. And for 3 people, right about there or so, because it would go 3, 6, 9. I'm a little bit farther up than I should be. I should be a little bit lower here, a little bit lower there, and a little bit lower under the line, so that it's just barely under 60, right? Because it would be 59. So it should look more like that. I just fixed it. I was zoomed in and was able to do it better. Right? We forgot to label, where on the bottom we have our number of guests, and that's what it would look like right there. Okay. So on the next page, we're going to start by analyzing graphs. And it's telling us here to analyze graph, words, and table. The initial value of a function is the corresponding y value when the x equals 0. You can find, so when x equals 0, meaning we're not going left or right, right here, for example, we're not going left to right, and this would be where x equals 0, and we just move up the y-axis. Okay, you can find the initial value of a function from graphs, words, and tables. You can see that over here it would be 30. So let's look at example 1. Okay. A shoe store offers free points when you sign up for their rewards card. Okay, let me zoom out a little bit better. Then for each pair of shoes purchased, you earn an additional number of points. The graph shows the total points earned for several pairs of shoes. Find and interpret the rate of change and initial value. Here we have pairs of shoes purchased, 2. At 2 we have points earned, 60. Okay, at 4, points earned, 90. Okay, so if I were to find a middle ground here, it looks like it's 15 points for each pair of shoes, right? 15, because this went up by 30 points, right? For 2 pairs of shoes. So if I were to cut that in half, it would be 15 and 15. Okay, and then it continues on. So if I move in the other direction rather than this way, if I move in the other direction, I'll see that I start off with 30 points right off the bat. So when you sign up for the rewards card, the shoe, they offer free points. How many 3 points? 30. There we go. To find the rate of change, choose 2 points. So y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1. And you can see that right there. So it's 15 points per pair, as I mentioned. Therefore, the rate of change is 15. So the number of points earned per pair of shoes is 15. Next, find the initial value of the y value when x equals 0. Recall this value is called the y-intercept. Extend the line so it intersects the y-axis. The value for y when x equals 0 is 30. So the initial number of points earned is 30. That's our y-intercept. Okay, here's another graph that you can analyze. If you like, answer the question, find and interpret the rate of change and its initial value, the y-intercept. If you think you can do it on your own, please pause the video now. Okay, I hope you paused the video and now you're just checking your answers. Music Inc. charges a yearly subscription fee plus a monthly fee. So it looks like we're just going to have a sign-up fee, right? And then additional fee for every month. The total cost for different number of months, including the yearly fee, is shown in the graph. Find and interpret the rate of change and initial value. Okay, let's go to the graph. And we see along the x-axis we have the number of months. In 1 month, plus the initial fee is going to be $15, right? 1 and 15. Then how much does it increase by every month after that? Then it increases by $3, right? Because it goes from 15 to 18. And then another $3 from 18 to 21. And then from 21 to 24, and so on. So it looks like I'm only paying $3 a month. Right? If I subtract that $3 from here, and I go down to the 12. So it looks like I have to pay the subscription fee of $12 and $3 for each month after. So as I just said, the monthly fee is $3. The yearly fee is $12. The yearly fee plus the first month together should be $15. So the first month should be $15. You see that? 1 and 5. Remember, you can always use the expression or the function or formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1, right? To identify the slope, the rate of change, right? That would give you the rate of change. So by picking 2 points, you could pick 1 and 15 and 2 and 18. Example 2. Joan has some photos in her photo album. Each week, she plans to add 12 photos. Now, it looks like it's our rate right there, rate of change. Joan had 120 photos after 8 weeks. Assume the relationship is linear, which means it's increasing by exactly 12 photos each week. Find and interpret the rate of change and the initial value. What is the y-intercept? Okay? Since each week Joan adds 12 photos to her photo album, the rate of change is 12, as I mentioned. So it's going to be 12x, right? X will be the number of weeks. Find the initial value. Use the slope-intercept to find the y-intercept. So we have y equals mx plus b, which you're all very familiar with. Then y equals 12, which is our rate of change, x plus b. B is what we're looking for. The question says that after 8 weeks, so 8 weeks is our x. Okay, after 8 weeks, we have our 12 photos. We have 120. So let's solve for b now, where we isolate the b. And we multiply here, and then we subtract. So 12 times 8 is 96. Bring the 96 over to this side, subtract it, and we get 24. So b is 24. Therefore, the y-intercept is 24. So the initial number of photos in the album was 24. Here's one for you to try. If you like to try it on your own, please pause the video now. I hope you paused the video. Now let's check your answer. A zoo charges a rental fee of $2 per hour for strollers. Okay, $2. That looks like that's my rate of change, right? $2 per hour. Each hour is going to be my x, right? Because the hour is the independent variable that changes. It could be 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, and so on. The total cost of 5 hours is $13. Assume the relationship is linear. Find and interpret the rate of change and the initial value. So, okay, let's start with y equals mx plus b, right? And let's replace our variable. Y equals, our m is our $2, and our hours, they said here, is 5 hours, right? So 2 times 5. Oh, but I forgot, I can replace my y now with, and I'm sure you already caught on to this, with my 13, right? So I'll take that, erase it, and put my 13 there, because they're saying after 5 hours at $2, I have 13 plus b. Now I can solve for b. I'll go here and do it up here. So now I have 13 equals 2 times 5 is 10 plus b. Bring that 10 right here over to the other side and subtract it. Minus 10. Now it becomes 3 equals b. So my initial value was $3, right? There it is. Oh, find and interpret the rate of change. The rate of change is $2 per hour, as we see that there, for 5 hours. And my initial value was $3. Okay, now we have example 3. The table shows how much money Ava has saved. Assume the relationship between the two quantities is linear. Find and interpret the rate of change and initial value. Here we have number of months is x. So 3, 4, 5, 6. At 3 months, it was $110. At 4 months, it was $130. It went up by 20, and it went up by 20 again, and 20 again. It looks like it's going up by 20 each month. If I take 20 away from this, I go down to 90, right? Actually, I have to do more than 20 because it's 3 months. We've already identified that each month is 20. For 3 months, 20 plus 20 plus 20 should be 60. So if I take away 60 from here, I go down to 50. Choose any 2 points on the table and find the rate of change. The rate of change is 150 minus 110. This is my y2 minus y1, x2 minus x1, or 20. We know that it's 20 each month. So Ava saves $20 each month. To find the initial value, use the slope-intercept form to find the y-intercept. So y equals mx plus b, y equals 20 per month. We know that it's 3 months, and in 3 months there's $110. 20 times 3 is 60, like we did before. Subtract it from this side, we go down to 50. So 50 is my y-intercept. So the y-intercept is 50, so Ava has had initially saved $50 before she started saving $20 each month. Okay, and finally, if you think you know how to do it on your own using this table, go ahead and pause the video now. Okay, let's check your answer. The table shows the monthly cost of sending text messages. Assume the relationship between the two quantities is linear, which means it'll increase by the same rate each time. Find and interpret the rate of change and initial value. So number of messages, okay, it's our x. 5 messages is $10.50. 6 messages, which is only one more message, is $10.60. So it looks like it went up by 10 cents. 7 messages, $10.70. Another 10 cents. So we start at 5 messages. If each message is 10 cents, and we go back here by 5 messages, we're gonna go back by 50 cents, right? Because each message is 10 cents. So 10 cents times 5 is 50 cents, so we take off those 50. So it looks like I can already figure that my B is going to be $10, my y-intercept. But let's show how we do our work, right? Where we have to find the difference between y2 and y1. My y2 and y1, the difference is 10 cents, right, per message. If that's the case, I have $10, right? $10.50, which is my y, equals my rate of change, right? My rate of change is 10 cents, right? 10 cents per message. I'll put that at the 5 there, right? Plus B. That's what we're looking for, right? I hope you understand what I just did there. I did my y equals M, which is my rate of change, which we just noticed is 10 cents. X is the number of messages I'm entering, plus B. When I solve for this, I get my 10 cents. Remember, this is 10 cents because it's in the 10th place. I just didn't put the 0 there. When I solve for this, I'm going to get 50 cents. Right? 50 cents, 0.5 plus B equals 1050. Now I can take this right here, bring it over to the other side, subtract it, and I get 10. Right? And that's my B. So what can I say? I can say that my rate of change is 10 cents per message with a starting monthly cost of $10. Right? Or better put, I can say each text costs 10 cents. The initial cost of the phone plan is $10. And here's your guided practice. Please take a look through it. Make sure you feel comfortable with it. And if you have any questions, refer back to the examples in the parentheses. If you don't understand how to do this, go back to example 1 in the video. If you don't know how to do 2, go back to the example 2 on the video, and so on. Okay? See you in class, everyone.